Okay, so during the book talk, we got to talk about the new Jim Crow, and we came to the conclusion that the new Jim Crow, according to Michelle Alexander, is the laws that segregate colored people and white people, even though slavery has been abolished, and even though the old Jim Crow laws have been abolished. So as a conclusion, we came upon this that the new Jim Crow is still alive and we are still segregated. And we reflected this definition of Michelle Alexander's new Jim Crow law and into our own lives, how the criminal justice system does see the color in us and does see what we are capable of because of our color. And as we reflected it into our lives, I noticed that while we were in the book talk, we were all saying relative things because as my class as Hispanics, we all had similar ideas of how the criminal justice reflected upon us based on our skin color.
Yep.
Our current criminal justice system tries to hide things from us that we were able to identify while reading the book, The New Jim Crow. We saw how the old Jim Crow had very visible laws that were discriminating a lot of people. But now with this book, we were able to see how subtle things show the racism of the government and our criminal justice system today. So in the old times, for example, you would see a lot of very visible discrimination against people of color. And now, for example, the government uses things like drug penalties in order to segregate people and use those minority groups and put them aside. So once a person is seen with a drug penalty, they are instantly pushed away from job opportunities, from any government funds, and really it's a way that the government uses hidden laws to separate people from different classes.
In the book talk, I've come to the conclusion that there is something larger happening than we think of because of the criminal justice system. And the way I connect it with our daily life is how we are able to stay relatively safe, but only because it's so good at doing its job without us knowing about it.
I could connect the plight of the new Jim Crow to myself, my peers, because we are mostly, if not all, minorities living in America where minorities are oppressed, such as the racial case system of the use of the war on drugs to incarcerate African Americans.